So I'm trying to document a real goal, and that's why I'm doing video versus audio, because I want to be that exact. And what I'm trying to achieve here is my next tour. I want it to be fixated around my goals, so I will make stops that are indicative of initiatives I'm taking in really trying to make my campaigns and my business flow work within the context of my desire to, at this point in my life, be a bit of a nomad. And then eventually, once success really comes in and there's more, I guess, oh shit, there's more people in line with what I'm trying to achieve and participating in the community, I can probably settle down and make a couple bases and places where we can, work and make, community gathering stations or clubs. But yeah, for the time being, I really want to establish a schedule for traveling now that COVID's coming to a close. All the prohibitions of traveling and doing certain activities and numbers of people, new protocols are in place. People are approaching the reopening of economies. I think there's going to be a grand opportunity to jump in and establish as a travel influencer or guide in a travel company, travel agency, specific to the Verde Gris and Sochi associated communities. Really, it's just an extension of both, and starting to really rummage around and stir up what could be the beginnings of our global community nodes or epicenters, or just constituents for a more cohesive and exhaustive grouping. So that being said, I think the San Fermin Festival of 2022 should be on the top of the list. But that being said, reaching Spain could be a direct endeavor, or in another possibility, an end point. Now it is in summer 2022, so there's about a year, so maybe it actually would be a good starting point. But I do want to try and travel within the US if possible, but really it's going to be low budget, really low budget. This is not a luxury thing, this is really a business trip. And I want to just go to different community places for art, but what the whole year purpose is to start establishing that as a cultural norm for the community in my hometown, Chicago and Blue Island, and then hopefully from there, expand through the continental US very quickly, and then from there maybe go into the international, as I'm saying, starting with Spain, and probably moving around through Europe and Asia, and then maybe coming back into South America before coming home. So that's kind of the goal here. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very time consuming. It's going to be insane. But I think just the fact that my home will be my own projects, and what I've wanted to do this whole time can actually create that sense of grounding wherever I go. Learning that process of life is the uprooting and rerouting, grounding wherever and in what I'm constantly doing. So it's a life that not many can lead, because it is interesting to be constantly uprooting and never find a sort of permanent place to live. And like I said, I don't think that's going to be a consistent lifestyle, but I think that it should be something that people, get a chance to do in their lives to really understand more. If you have the prosperity in your life, you're blessed enough to do it, I think that you'd help a lot more in society in general, holistically, by understanding and having a better holistic understanding of the, you know, situation that we all exist in, the human experience that, you know, people all over this globe may be, you know, going through, whether it's, you know, very similar or very different. So that's the perspective I'm taking. It's really educational, and I think that it's also inherently entertaining because it's it's a curiosity evoking, you know, practice to be moving and seeing new things. Anyone that's a naturally, you know, correctly curious person will be intrigued. So in that entertaining sense, and slightly educational, very educational, very educational. But yeah, the element of that natural entertainment we get for stimulating our curiosity is a backbone, and what honestly keeps me rolling in the concept of it. Like, even through these last 2-3 years that I haven't gone really abroad, I was still traveling all over the US, not consistently, but in tours like I did before, because I realized for me, my favorite style of travel is doing like a bit of a lap versus a touch and come back, like a boomerang. I'm not a boomerang, you know, we're humans. We can, you know, create a route, create an itinerary, have a focus of attention in what we actually want to go and see, whether that's specific to each town or for the entire, you know, tour. So like parallel things in different locations. It's super important. And yeah, I think it's something I can help people with. I know many people that have asked me already, you know, how do you go about traveling, or like, how was it, or that's insane that you did it like that. And I do think my case was a bit extreme, but I also do think that it's very extreme to go on very lavish locations and be in a singular location, right? And then go straight back home, and then also be planning for another vacation because you want to be somewhere else within the next month or so. Yes, spacing, people got their options, but maybe a more sophisticated way to plan it could be helpful. But again, this might be over time. The point is just making people understand that they can go to these places and be safe and enjoy life and take part in something that might be completely new, or a deep resonance from something we've been apart from and want to grow closer to. So, you know, our ancestors, you know, homelands, places that we're just culturally enthralled in, like, say you are a big anime person, you want to go to Japan, or you love the food industry, you know, from over there, Osaka, or, you know, you love infrastructure, industry, engineering, so you go to, you know, Germany or somewhere on that end. You want to see the most sophisticated cities, you go to Singapore, Dubai, you know, obviously there's a lot, so don't feel bad if I didn't say yours, but I'm just thinking about like the highlights. But yeah, done. I'm at 10 minutes. Peace.